Anytime we have questions about your options when it comes to investing in finance, we talk to Eric from SBC. Thanks for doing this.
Well, thanks for having me once again.
There is a term that more and more people are becoming familiar with, and it's the petrodollar because of what China is doing in other countries. Can you explain what this is and what's going on?
Okay, so to kind of summarize it, the petrodollar was what we used to replace the gold standard when we went off of the gold standard in '71. By '73, we shook hands with Saudi Arabia and the petronations to make sure that they would use only U.S. dollars and trade internationally for that of petro. So this gave us a stronghold all over the world when it came to our currency dominance, because they would have to go through us to get to them.
And that was honestly, that was a handshake deal. You're not being facetious. It really was just a handshake.
Absolutely. Not only was it a handshake, but it was something that has given us dominance, you know, since the 70s. And here we are, you know, in 2023, and for the first time ever, that's being jeopardized because China right now sees an opportunity. The current administration is very anti-petro, if you would, and then we saw China go to Saudi Arabia and then do a diplomatic approach when they brought Iran and Saudi Arabia to the table together in peace negotiations, and then also immediately following that, we saw for the first time the yuan being exchanged for petro out of Saudi Arabia. So I mean, this is a huge game changer, and it's something that everybody is going to feel eventually.
Isn't India a little involved in this in a way too with the petrodollar? Aren't they trying to advance in that area?
Not only India, but I mean, there are many nations around the Middle East. The more you look into this, the more you're going to find that it is a rabbit hole that you're going to tumble down, and the likely outcome here is that we are no longer going to reserve our currency as the petro standard, and that is going to possibly jeopardize, not possibly, but it will jeopardize our currency as the reserve currency of the world. And the big problem with that is we've got so much debt. What keeps us afloat is the fact that we're number one. But what if we weren't number one? I mean, Mike, I'm sure you probably would have concerns about that.
Right. Yeah, and so if that's happening, if the dollar is weakening around the world, which it appears like it is, how is gold, or what do you recommend? What is a way to protect yourself?
Well, the reason why gold, in uncertain times, the only certain thing is gold. And the reason why is because you go back as far as you want, gold has always been a standard of money worldwide, not just in our country, but you know, there's no way that we're going to find in our lifetimes or the next gold not being a standard of money. And therefore, if you retreat and put money into something like gold, you know it's going to be there no matter what happens to the currency that you know, your country provides to your citizens.
Well, I know that you talk about just when you say gold, but I know that there are a lot of different options and a lot of different things that you can buy, whether it's physical gold or whatever it is. If people want to learn more on what the right thing to buy is, not just gold, but how to buy it, how do you do that?
Well, the best thing to do is just give us a call. You can text us, you can call us, you can go to sbcgold.com. But more interesting than that right now is more that they can learn about the petrodollar as well. If they go to our website right now, they can go ahead and they can request a copy of the petrodollar. And then on there, once they get the link to that, they can even go ahead and sign up to have all the upcoming events that we've been sourcing and showing people that it'll pop up in their email feed, and that they can watch this in real time.
Well, the advantage also, I think, for people is even though you are nationally known, this is a local company. You're Scottsdale Bullion and Coin, so they can actually go into an office, talk to somebody face to face. You're proud to serve the local market.
Well, absolutely. I was born in Arcadia, and I love servicing the community here. I mean, yes, we do business all over the country, but we love it when people come in.
You know, the idea of getting information is one thing, but getting reliable information is another thing. Expert advice. Here's local expert advice at SBC. Get down and see Eric and his team. Make the phone call. Go to the website. Thanks for coming down.
Thank you so much, Mike.